Right now, the 35th annual Bernard Marie World War II dinner will get underway at the Holiday Inn Valley View. That's where we find 10 News anchor Lindsay Ward. Lindsay.
Well, Brittany, we have a lot of folks filing into the ballroom right now here at the Valley View Inn, the Holiday Inn here at Valley View, and we have a lot of veterans, military personnel, and their families. Now, Marie started the tribute after learning there was nothing to honor the veterans who helped liberate his home country, France. Since 1984, Bernard Marie has welcomed veterans and their families to a dinner on the evening of June 5th. It happens to be his birthday, but also the anniversary of the last day he and his family spent under Nazi occupation.
So I started my dinner, and of course I didn't realize that they were only 60 years old, 64. I had 500 guys coming for my dinner. That was the most expensive birthday for me.
All jokes aside, over the 35 years, he's become close friends with the men who came to his rescue. He recalls a conversation with his American veteran friends about the moments after D-Day. They asked him
how it's possible that they came out with flowers, with a glass of wine, and we destroy all their house. I say, John and Adam, a building can be repaired, a factory can be repaired. Freedom, if you lost it, is pretty difficult to get it back. And they were obliged to do that for the freedom.
It was a celebration then and now. But Marie fears we've forgotten the sacrifice made.
I can fill up the Civic Center with people in Roanoke who have not gone to the D-Day Memorial. I mean, it's only 35 miles from here, 45 minutes going there. And it costs only $7 to go in.
After decades of recognition and honor over a hot plate of food, Marie has found his place in teaching the next generation. And World War II veterans thank him for that.
But for me, that was a mission to make people know. I don't run for office. For me, that was to say thank you to them. And in matter of fact, if you see here, you have a lot of things where they thank me because suddenly they were more recognized by me as a foreigner than by their own country.
Now, Marie is already on stage getting ready to kick off this tribute dinner, and we'll have more on this coverage tonight on 10 News at 11. And to see Marie's full story, tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. We have a 30-minute special on the 75th anniversary of D-Day. Also, we'll have live coverage tomorrow, and we'll stream the D-Day anniversary special from the National D-Day Memorial in Bedford. And you can log on to our website, WSLS.com, for that full, complete coverage. In Roanoke, Lindsay Ward, 10 News, working for you.